Oh my gosh. Okay, hey all you out there in Horseland. Just checking in. It's Sunday night. I am obviously just in from doing chores. The longer daylight is really gonna challenge me to get here on time. I might have to push the time back a little bit, but just wanted to check in and let you know about what happened last week and what we've got on hand coming up for next week. In the Eclectic classroom last week, we had Dave Janotic do an incredible class on saddle conformation. It was so fun to really get to deep dive into the biomechanics of a saddle, which, well, not the biomechanics because the saddle's not alive, but the mechanics of how the saddle works on the horse. I really learned a ton, and of course went out the next day and started looking at my saddle with some new eyes and experimenting with some different things. So if you have a chance, if you missed the class, the recordings, like all the other past classes, are available in the store. I'll put the link down below, but it was really a lot of fun and really opened my eyes and sort of made me go, I can't believe I didn't think about these things before. Kind of like the dentistry class we did with Dr. Deb, and anyway, it's good to know all about our horses and all the things that we're using with them. So I really appreciated Dave's time and appreciated all the folks that came and asked really good questions and submitted their saddles to be examined. It can be sort of hard to put yourself out there. A saddle's a very personal thing. And I appreciated everybody who was brave to get feedback on their saddles. So that was last week. And coming up this week, we have Joe Walter on hand for Thursday night. His class is titled Horses, Cattle, People, and Faith. And I'm super excited to hear what Joe has to share with us this week. All the classes that we've had have just been wonderful. Joe is so kind and such a great teacher, and he has so many great stories. And, he's riding his horses and sharing the things that he's working on. And so I just appreciate what he has to share with us so much. I've probably told many of you my favorite Joe Walter story, but I'll tell you it here. It's been probably, let's see, Sydney's 17 now, and she was just a baby. So about 17 years ago, we were up at a guest ranch up at Devil's Thumb in the Colorado mountains, and Joe was hosting teaching a clinic there. And there was a woman in the class who had this really tight, I think maybe Arab, and she was an endurance rider, had maybe some ill-fitting tack, and the horse was really tight and she was really tight. And during the class, Joe looked at her and was like, would you mind if I got on that horse? And he got on the horse, and the horse made a change, and the woman relaxed, and it was such a beautiful moment, and it made things go really great for that woman for the rest of the weekend. And it was just such an example of kindness in a time when he could have put more pressure on her and the horse, and it could have been awful. And just by having that grace and just his good nature, it just turned everything around for the horse and the rider. So anyway, that's my favorite Joe story. And so I always love having Joe Walter, anything in the classroom, in the magazine, in the Gazette. He's really got a lot to share. So I hope you can join us on Thursday. It's going to be a wonderful class. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got for tonight. And if you have any questions that you have about what we've got going on at Eclectic Horseman, or how any of the things that we do work, shoot me an email or send me a chat, send me a message, pick up the phone and call. Super accessible. And thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you in one of the classrooms. Okay. How do I turn it off?